What's up, guys? I'm Coach Jordan. I'm here with my good friend and blue belt Brian Prudencio, and today I want to discuss the mount position and the strengths and weaknesses of the two fundamentally different ways that we can escape the mount position. All right, so I'm going to start underneath the mount of Brian. Now, needless to say, this is a very bad position for me. Not only does Brian have gravity in his favor, but he has his whole body above my waist so that I cannot use my legs against him, and he's controlling my hips with his legs. And in Jiu-Jitsu, like most sports, we get all of our leverage from our hips because they're connected to the biggest muscles in our body, our quads, our hamstrings, and our glutes. So it's a very bad position for me. And there are two fundamentally different ways that I can escape this position. One is to reverse the position entirely in a move that's typically known as the UPA or the bridge escape, where I'll bridge and put Brian on his back and end up in his closed guard, all right? The other way is what's often called the elbow escape, where I'll escape my legs out from underneath him in order to put Brian in my close guard, all right? Now, folks typically have their preferences, but really, I would rather have Brian in my close guard than me be in Brian's close guard if we both know Jiu-Jitsu. If he doesn't know Jiu-Jitsu, no problem, I'll bridge him over. And if it's a self-defense or MMA context, I'll start blasting him with blows. I'll get out of his guard, I'll pass his guard, and he's done. But Jiu-Jitsu is one of the major components that distinguishes Jiu-Jitsu from all other grappling-based martial arts, is we have the most intricate system of fighting offensively from our back. So if I'm fighting a Jiu-Jitsu player, I really don't want to be in his close guard. And that's why I prefer the elbow escape. Not saying you shouldn't take advantage of the opportunity to bridge your opponent over, because certainly being in someone's close guard is better than being in mount. But if you do have the choice, again, I prefer to put my opponent in my close guard. Because from here, I have various ways that I can advance my position. I can sweep him, put him on his back, and in this case, come up to mount. I can submit him, meaning get him to admit defeat via any number of attacks. And I can also take his back. All right? Whereas all Brian can do is pass my guard. And before he can do that, he's got to break my guard open. Even from an MMA context, it's not very easy to inflict damage to me through blows, because here I'm controlling his hips. I have what the great John Danaher says is upper position or top position of the legs. My legs are above his waist, and I very much control his center of gravity. Furthermore, if he's to look to punch me, he has to remove one very valuable frame on his body. Go ahead. And here I could use a knee pull to break his posture, get inside position, and start working various forms of attack. Okay? So we're gonna stop there. To summarize, if you're unfortunate enough to find yourself in the mount position, you have two fundamentally different ways you can get out of it. You can reverse the position by bridging your opponent over and ending up in his close guard. While this is better than being underneath their mount, it offers your opponent still three ways that they can attack you: sweep, submit, or take your back, while offering you only the ability to pass their guard before you can really submit them or do any damage. And even then, you still have to break their guard open. The other way is to elbow escape, putting them in your close guard, which to me, if they know Jiu-Jitsu, is your better option, because that gives you the three ways to attack and leaves them only the ability to pass. All right, guys, hope you like this. If you do, please hit subscribe. Don't hesitate to share or leave your comments in the below, and catch you next time. All right.